Back in the 1970s, after I graduated from high school, started at San Angelo State University and got a part-time job. And that part-time job was for a very small custom jewelry store at the time on Irving Street, across from what was known then as the Hempel Wells Building, a department store. That part-time job, little did I know at the time, was literally going to consume the rest of my life and become my profession. And in that is what has kept me downtown for 48 years. We started to see a switch in the direction of what the center of downtown was. And as just luck, God-driven direction out of no other explanation, I drove by this little bitty spot at 16 East Concho Avenue one day, and it had a for rent sign. And as they say, the rest is history. Within a week, I had rented the spot. Within 3 months, we had moved into the spot. We'd changed the store from the name over on Irving from Bartman Jewelers to Legend Jewelers. I moved in 1995, so I had been at Bartman Jewelers for 19 years. And then Sassy Fox moved over down from us. Joyce Wilde was across the street in a building, and then shortly after that she had bought a building and expanded next door to us. And as many of you in the area know, there's been an amazing uptick in the quality of the retail stores that are downtown, and that retail part is really, really important because we all know we have many, many restaurants and the bars, but there's a lot of things to do and see with the art in uncommon places, and that draws people. But the real daytime traffic is retail. And I'm not bashful about asking people that are from out of town, what brings you here? What do you think of the city? It's a great way to get a pulse on what's going on. And hands down, the reply I get more often than any other time is how beautiful our downtown area is, especially with the recent beautification on Chadbourne. As painful as it was for a lot of us, we survived it, and it's nice. Nice in that there is a real uptick in pedestrian traffic and kind of a decrease in the car traffic. And so for a downtown area, that's real good. It's hard to believe that the Downtown Association is 20 years old. I was literally at one of the very first meetings on Concho Street. So many people showed up, we had it outside, and there were different artists' renderings of things that a lot of us would like to see. And certainly over time, what we imagined back then and what we see now is different, but it still happened. And it continues to happen. We are so fortunate to have the downtown area we have. But the changes, getting rid of parking meters back in the 1980s, seeing the reinvestment of the downtown buildings, not just sitting empty with clean glass used for storage, but for a purpose. A chocolate shop, we've got a new chocolate shop on Concho Street. Cowboy Ups Chocolate, they're fantastic people. And we have an amazing community over on Concho Street between us as owners and our staff, our involvement in everything from downtown Halloween events. And I think that involvement with all of us, all different kinds of businesses, whether you're an automotive repair shop, an attorney, or a jewelry store, that involvement's real important, because otherwise we're not going to see things happen the way we'd like to see them happen. And we've all got to stay involved so that these changes can continue. In my case, we have the next generation who has come into the jewelry store who wants to make Legend Jewelers her life. This is Morgan Priest Smith. And that's very exciting because 6 or 8 years from now, Legend Jewelers is not going to be an empty building. There's still going to be a viable business operating inside. And to be able to see those transformations happen with other businesses is going to be a real key to seeing the retail part of downtown San Angelo stay alive. If there was any single improvement that I think a lot of us, especially over on Concho, because there's the concentration of the retail we have there, are public restrooms. Super important. Another thing we've had requests for are maybe not right downtown, maybe across the bridge, but it has to be within walking distance, would be to see places for people to be able to park their RVs, even on a day when Producers Livestock has an auction. There's guys that come into town to go sell cows, and they have no place to come downtown and park their trucks and trailers. And I can recall that being an instant dozens of times. And they just don't come downtown because of that. You know, the biggest improvement, I think, with downtown has been more aesthetic, maybe, because art in uncommon places has expanded. And I'm here to tell you, people come to this town and we keep the little brochure from them, and it's got the addresses, and people go check it out, and it's just, it's amazing because it's so unexpected. And that's what makes it unique. That's what makes it unique to us in San Angelo.